Yo guys, what's going on and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront video. In today's video I will be talking about the Easter eggs in Star Wars Battlefront, with most of them being nods to the films, which for a Star Wars fan is absolutely brilliant to see. Let's start with a very simple one to find. If you leave the game on the menu for a while, you get to see a pretty cool interaction scene between C-3PO and R2-D2.
R2, where are you? Hey, over here! R2-D2, get over here at once. This is no time for your foolishness. Follow you? Why should I do that, you bucket of bolts?
It's a fairly long conversation which goes on for a few minutes, but as well as this scene, you get to see a TIE fighter sequence as well as a mouse droid running around the feet of an AT-AT. The wildlife in Star Wars Battlefront is varied and scattered all over each map you will play on. There are plenty of creatures around all of the planets, but the little guy you're seeing on screen is only on Endor and is based on a concept design from Ralph McQuarrie. He is on most of the Endor maps and can give you a fright if he jumps out when you aren't expecting it. Also, while we're talking about Ralph McQuarrie, the huts which are visible on the larger Endor maps are also some nods towards some of Ralph McQuarrie's design. Now on to Tatooine, where you can see Jawas running under the sandcrawler on the Jawa Refuge map, as well as some 2D Tusken Raiders on most of the Tatooine maps, which are hiding on the hills in the distance. Back on Endor, we have the Ewoks who run away from you if you get too close to them on the larger maps, and can also be seen in the skies flying around in their own gliders. Next we visit Hoth, and the home of the dangerous Wampas, which can be seen right out in the distance chasing a group of Tauntauns. This Wampa doesn't really look up to the chase though. These can also be seen on Hoth battle missions, but again, they are out in the distance. Another nod to the Wampas is on the Echo base map, where there is a Wampa room on the Imperial side of the map. There will be a yellow sign on the door which matches one from a deleted scene in The Empire Strikes Back, and if you wait at the door long enough, you will actually hear a Wampa roar in the room. Back on Tatooine, there is another monster lurking about which is just waiting to swallow you whole. This, of course, is the Sarlaac Pit, which you can actually enter inside of, and you can go into its mouth where it will actually try to digest you and eat you alive, but if you have a jetpack, you can actually escape. Also on Tatooine, you can see an old escape pod, which is close to the Sarlaac Pit, which is obviously a nod to the escape pod R2-D2 and C-3PO used to escape Vader in A New Hope. Now we jump back to the Echo base map. At first glance, it does rather look like a snow-covered C-3PO, but on closer inspection, you can see it is actually K-3PO, which you can tell by the red markings on his chest plate. He was first featured in The Empire Strikes Back, the last and possibly the best Easter egg in Star Wars Battlefront. Now, do you guys remember the scene in A New Hope where the stormtrooper bangs his head on the door, which made it one of the most famous scenes actually in Star Wars films? Well, DICE have actually put this scene and recreated it as an Easter egg in Star Wars Battlefront from a cutscene, like I've said, in the AT-ST training missions. Now, there's plenty of nods like this and Easter eggs related to the films in this game, such as bantha herds roaming around on Tatooine, 221B, the medical droid, and even the remains of the Krayt dragon lying around on the Tatooine maps, which C-3PO actually encounters in A New Hope. Let me know in the comment section if I've missed any of these Easter eggs out, and smash a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to be kept up to date with all things Star Wars, and may the Force be with you.